Good morning. How are you? I am sitting here with my Brew Trek coffee, and I am going to have a bit of a chat with you guys. Let me pause my volume on all of my stuff and make sure that I am devoting to you my utmost attention. Okay, so let's see here. First of all, let me go full on here and say hello. So we're going to do a few fun things today. I have all sorts of materials to show you. I mean, when I say all sorts, I mean like if we get stuck in the weeds here, I have a lot of stuff. I also have the tweed material for the walls and things that I can show you. I have some decking material to show you that I have planned to put on the top of the van. And hey, look back there. Look what came yesterday. Solar panels. These are Obsidian solar panels from Zamp, and they are going to power my solar system, which is pretty cool. And we have lots of hats. As a matter of fact, as a fun little thing, can you guys hear me okay? Can you hear me? If you guys, I'm gonna have a alarm. Everybody say hi to Annie in China. It's getting late there, so she's gonna be going to sleep pretty soon. I'm gonna set an alarm for 5 minutes, and in 5 minutes from now, we're gonna do something. I thought it'd be funny. So okay, countdown is on. Every 5 minutes. Every 5 minutes. Now, so just to give you guys a little bit of an idea of what I've been doing, my name is Matt, and I'm building a van. And this van is a studio. It's going to be my vehicle that I'm going to use to travel around the world. It's primarily a mode of well, not primarily. It's a mode of transportation. It's also a home, but also, very importantly, it's a studio and a place to interview people for what I want to have to be the premier travel podcast. Something that people will watch and see interesting people from all across the world telling their stories about what makes them excited. And so we want to design a van that is very much attuned to sophisticated style, not going to make somebody tired, going to make somebody excited about sharing their life. And so I've designed this van in somewhat of that way. So this episode, we are going to go through the interior design, because the exterior has been pretty well done. Let me kind of show you where we've been so far. So we started our tour right about here in Detroit. Now, this is Evaporator, the company that makes the heater, and that's going to heat the hydronic fluid for my van. But then we went and we also picked up, well, I didn't pick this up directly, but we got an alternator from Nations Alternator, 48 volt, high powered, high amp alternator. Then we went to Backwoods Adventure Mods and built the front rack, back rack, top rack, ladder, the winch, the whole nine. Then we went to Houston and we visited two places, Lizard Skin for the interior spray coating, and then Wilson Amplifiers for the WeBoost system to help increase my range when I'm riding around the world, give me a little bit more ability to produce videos and publish. Then we went to Phoenix and picked up a Cruise and Comfort air conditioning system. Hey, Kohakma, how's it going from Singapore? What's the deal with Singapore? Is Singapore looking to be open anytime soon? I was cycling around the world before I started this van tour, and I sort of was stuck in Malaysia, and I couldn't ride into Singapore because Singapore was pretty closed down and very restricted for COVID. anyways, back to the tour. So then we got a agile off-road RIP kit and a lift kit, and then we went to Van Linder's Direct Out Windows. Then we went to Seaside Auto House in Ventura and sprayed the lizard skin. And then this isn't the exact route I took, but actually went to Vegas and came up. But we went to Bend, Oregon, and picked up the solar panels, which finally got delivered behind me here. And now we're in Portland with a company called Just Roaming Design. So the other places here is Swivel Shop for the swivels for the vehicle, Wakespeed, the company that makes the DC to DC power switch, as well as the regulator for the alternator. So all of these companies sort of working together. And then we've got, oh, I got to take that off there because we didn't use them. We used a company called Method for the rims, and that's in San Diego. So yeah, I got to take that off. And then Dometic for the refrigerator. So that's my refrigerator right there. So pretty cool. So that's primarily what I've done so far. I've gathered up a lot of things in between as well. Jeffrey Powell, it was a decent day today. I was able to ride 38 kilometers. Very cool. And then Siamese Boy, my friend, who is Tawin, who I met in Malaysia, he says it's opening up its borders in April. I have some interesting news for that. So I think that I will actually be bouncing to Malaysia pretty soon to pick up the trike. But there's a trick to that. I'm actually going to be taking it to Czechia and building and scrapping the tiger duck for, oh, hold on. So we're going to actually be taking the tiger duck and scrapping it for parts and converting it into a 5 more minutes, and we're going to be converting it into a AZUB. But that's another story. Okay. So everybody say goodbye to Eva and Annie. Eva's my daughter. Annie is Eva's mama. And so good night. We've got some big news on that as well. So yeah, we're resetting the clock. And so we're another setup. So every 5 minutes, I've got a lot of hats to go through. This hat is the Backwoods Adventure Mods hat from Backwoods Adventure Mods. I do like it. It's a trucker hat. It's very cool. Anyways, this isn't about my trike. This is about the interior build. So let's get to it. And we'll stop sharing the screen. We'll share another screen. And we are going to go to first the interior design. So I want to show you guys a little bit of what is sort of like the design inspiration for the van. So I wanted to have the van be sort of a very cool, modern. Originally, I was more interested in like in this kind of originally I was more interested in the bottom corner here, like a very dark design. Haas, hey Haas, how's it going? The gas prices for the van, yeah. Well, I filled it up, like filled it up, and it cost me like what was it? It was about $60, but it was only like a third. Yeah. Good night. I think they're saying hi to Annie and Eva. I'm not sure how many parts you can convert. Well, the schlumpf drive on the front, the roll-off on the back, and there's certainly some things that can be converted over for sure. The bottom looks like a restaurant. Yeah, but there's a lot of like really chic-looking restaurants. So I basically was trying to pull, but I think what I was really interested in are these two designs on the left and on the top. You've got like underlit cabinet faces, underlit, that the contrast off the walls. A lot of like, oh, escape that. A lot of like, sorry. A lot. It's because I'm zooming in, I think. A lot of underlit on the stairs. You know, this area here, you can see. Everybody drop a like if you're interested. Drop a like and let me know what you think. Actually, what we're looking at right now is this is a design sheet that I produced for Just Roaming Design so that they could see sort of where things kind of came from. And Nick Balain says, too dark, might make it feel smaller. Well, I thought about that a lot. And first of all, darkness is the best material to light. So for a video standpoint, like me, this yellow background is actually not very good. A much better background would be to make it black and then light my face, wear lighter colors, and then I am going to pop in my videos. Now, I'm going to be also surrounded by a ton of windows. The van is surrounded by windows. So I need to balance that. Obviously, I'm going to live in the van, so I want something sexy, clean, a little bit bright, but also in the areas where I'm going to record, I want it to have a good subdued lighting so that I can use do my videos. So anyways, yeah. But yeah, that's a big consideration. It's something that I thought about for a long time, and it's a very, very good comment. Darkness is for lights. Yes, right. And it also makes you look jaundiced. Jaundiced. I didn't know you could use jaundice with an ED on it. It's like past tense. And yeah, no green screen, Rob. Maybe actually I might have a green screen just for funny stuff, but yeah, no. Okay, so let's keep going. This is a sheet that I made for here's an idea I had for the front cabinets because the company that's helping me build this CNC ability. Oh, hold on. Stop and repeat. Okay. Resetting again. We're 10 minutes in. Hey, Sherry's Trikes and Tractors. Hello, good morning, Sherry. You know what, Tian Wang? I want to get my Erhu back here. I don't have my Erhu, and I miss it. And I'm gonna try and get my Erhu here, and you know, that would be nice. But I have a lot of hats, Miko Luku. Anyways, that's a good idea. Travel around to all the Chinatowns. Very, very good idea. Anyways, so this is what I was thinking for some cabinet ideas. Also, they can CNC cut surfaces. One of the things that he really likes to do is CNC cut three-dimensional surfaces. So you have like all sorts of flowing kind of textures. And this is a real thing, guys. This is a real ability that I have to incorporate this kind of stuff into the van. And so I'm very, very thankful and excited for, I'm trying to, yeah, there we go. I want to make a good size for you guys. A very interesting use of textures and in the van. So it can be very modern. Obviously, the primary function is a studio for podcasting. And so here are some inspirational areas. Maybe I won't use the brick and exactly, but I want to have the similar setup for podcasting. So this is going to be the back of the van where I'm going to sit down and talk to people and bring people off the road and not like directly off the road, but meet interesting people and tell their stories. We're going to get into the 3D design. I just want to give you like the basics, an overview of the van so that you guys can kind of understand where the designs come from. As far as hinges and hardware goes for the drawers, I like the idea of clean faces without any sort of extruding metal brackets and stuff. So the shelving is going to have a lot of like drawers that are going to have these slow close, hopefully slow close hinges, and very clean openings. The ceiling, this is sort of the ceiling makeup. And you know what? Why don't we get into the van itself? We'll come back to this if we want to, but I sort of want to now go to the van and the three-dimensional design. So we are going to go and pull down these two screens. We're going to pull up this one. I'm going to go full screen here for a second, and we're going to remove that and stop sharing screen, share screen, share the screen, and then pick the three-dimensional thing. So now we're cooking here. So this is the van interior as I currently have it. And let's see here. Let me see some more likes here. We've got 59 eyes on the stream here. I'm looking to see if the Facebook, anybody watching from Facebook? We're simulcasting on Facebook as well. So I see Frank there. Lots of miles driven. Mike Kellogg. Hey, Mike Kellogg. I haven't heard from Mike in a while. So we've got some people watching from Facebook. So that's very cool. So, okay, cool. So we're simulcasting on Facebook and everything else. So just to kind of give you an idea of some of the things that I have been doing, I've been doing a lot of sketching. So I take these, I go to the van, and then I sketch out everything. And this is just a couple of sheets. I mean, I've got a bunch of notebooks everywhere and notes, and I have all of the components inside the van set up. And I have now incorporated and digitized the sizes of all those components, the allowances I need for all of those components, or at least the allowances I hope will be enough for all of that. Nick Delaney asks, do you like to cook? How important is the kitchen sections for you? I'm not a big fan of cooking, so I'm not going to worry much about a huge cooking section. And so, okay, hold on. I see something's happening here. All right, so you know what? We're just going to go to this for a second. And we're going to come back to this for a second. So now we've switched. Cancel, start. Okay, so this is the hat from Bolton Amplifiers, the company that makes the WeBoost. And yeah, this is the current hat iteration. We've got a lot of hats, but we won't be that long worth of hats. Not that many hats. You don't have a free wall for video backdrop. Maybe use a drop-down screen. It's possible, but I don't want to be one of those guys that sits behind a screen. I want the van itself to be my screen. So, which CAD program is this? This is a program called Shapr3D. SHAPR3D. I'm on their free. Let's see here. I'll show you now. The free. The free trial, and so I was able to kind of like get the free trial and play around with it. Otherwise, it's like $300 or $400. Well, I don't know. Yeah, about $300. But anyways, I never finished my question to you, Nick, or the question to me. Kitchen isn't super important. The most important priority, even above sleeping and having like a home, is like a clean, comfortable like bed. A lot of people have a big garage or a bed. I'm going to have a studio. The primary purpose of this van is to have an opportunity to talk to people around the world and videotape their stories. And so that's the primary focus. I will have an induction cooktop. I will have a small oven, and that will be about it. Otherwise, I'll just be, I have a big refrigerator. I have a very big refrigerator. Okay, so I saw a van with WeBoost the other day, a pretty gray one. Very cool. You're good at 3D drawing. You know what's funny is I taught myself this program like 3 days ago. And so I sat down and I locked myself in this area. This is my little apartment where I'm living at. And I just did nothing but design. And so I think we've got a pretty nice representation here of the van. And so let's see here. As long as the program doesn't crap out on me, I think we'll be good to go. So, and a microwave. Yeah, a microwave would be nice to have if I can find a small enough one. So let's go ahead and take a look through the van. Now this actually, I'm going to bring in the passenger seat. So both of these seats articulate, and I have, so both of these seats can, obviously will go forward. This is the driver's seat, will be facing forward, but can turn. But this driver's seat will not turn all the way in. And so it will it can turn all the way in, but it doesn't need to because obviously the cabinet is there. So I'm going to probably keep it about here. So kind of the first couple of things I designed, actually also just going to give you an idea of how both of these seats will articulate. So I designed these seats, like they're very simple shapes, but they kind of give you a good idea of representation. So I think a lot of people will be using the passenger seat to turn around. And then from that position, they will be able to see, this view of the van. I wanted to make sure that these cabinets were not too high, because if your head is about here, you're going to be looking right over the kitchen cabinets. And if I made the kitchen or the cabinets too tall, you'd be looking at the cabinet, at the cabinet faces. And so, yeah, our RGB lights yeah, I'll have a lot of lights. I'll have a lot of RGB lights, red, blue, green. Anyways, there are a few moments where we might get stuck in crazy, like 3D hell, where I'll have to like confusingly jump in and out. But okay, so anyways, one of the things that I noticed when I started designing this interior was that I really wanted the back of this seat to be able to go up and lean back. I'd like the driver's seat to be able to go back quite a bit. A lot of people build shelving in this area here, like their cabinet will butt up against the back of the seat of the driver's seat. But I want to have, oh, hold on. We're gonna take a deep cut here. Oh, repeat. I could have just hit repeat. We're gonna do a deep cut. We're going lizard skin. When I'm finished, you tell me which hat you like the most. Okay, the current 5 minutes of the video is sponsored by Lizard Skin. Anyways, let's go back. So anyways, I wanted to be able to have the driver's seat lean back quite a bit. Now, this is not exact representation because the driver's seat actually sits a little bit farther forward about here. So when you look at this, this is the curve point where it rotates from. So I can go quite a bit back in the driver's seat. But what I found was that there was an area behind the driver's seat that was open, right? So what I decided to do, hey, you know what? If anybody is watching right now from the forums that I posted in, the Ford Transit forum or the van life groups on Facebook, let me know. I'm very curious to see if anybody is watching from those groups. Anyways, let's continue. So I'm going to take out the passenger seat because it's sort of in the way here. And we'll just disable that. And then now I can kind of come in. So what I thought would be cool with this area, which is normally a void, is I can put a garbage can here, a small garbage can, right? I put a shoe cubby here. so I can put shoes and whatnot in this cubby and utilize it for storage of some shoes. I'll put this lip on the front so that when you're driving and you're jostling around, the shoes don't fall out. So, but I'll also put this this opening here, which I kind of installed, but I'm not sure how big I'm going to make this. 3-dimensional programs are so fun because you can kind of go to town and do all sorts of cool things with them. Anyways, so the shoe cabinet will be there. If we flip around, now we're looking from the outside of the van into, I'm going to have every little circle like this. Every little circle like this is an outlet, just to let you know. So every little circle like that is an outlet. So and every one of these long vents here are vents, because one of the things about vans is you want to have a lot of ventilation, especially if, like, behind this wall is the refrigerator. So I want to make sure that the refrigerator has an adequate amount of heat diffusion. And so we have a couple of vents there. Now, the cool thing about this process is that the van is actually going to be, all of these panels are going to be CNC cut. A machine is going to walk up, down, and left and right, and is going to cut out whatever design that I want, or whatever design that the team at Just Roaming Design chooses. And so just to give you an idea, just to give you a precursor, this is not the final design. This is my dream design. This is my dream design based on all the components, all the stuff inside. And think about a home kit in the van. Look into Aquaria. Look, what is a home kit? Is that security, or is that, oh, that's controls. Yeah, I'll check it out. Actually, I was looking at Garmin. Garmin has this kind of power controller where you can switch on and off devices, but there's also a lot of stuff like that. So planning for a gourmet coffee maker. Yes, no, we are going to have a coffee shop and a bar. We'll get into that a little later, but yeah, the ability of people to sit in that van and tell their stories, you got to fuel those stories with coffee or a fine whiskey. And so we'll have a very, very cool area, like a bar area. This is actually the area we're looking at right now, is like the studio bar. So anyways, so all the vents, if you see any of these sorts of designs, you could see these are vent designs. So what I thought would be cool here is to put a shelf halfway up where I can set a coffee. I noticed that when the driver's seat was turned around, like when it was there. Now, this is a bit strange because the chair actually sits slightly above the shoebox. So maybe the shoebox, I designed the lid a little bit. I designed this a little bit too high, but the shoebox will. Oh, hold on. All right. Now we're going to go with Agile Off-Road, and we're going to swap hats, and we're going to go a little bit flat bill. And so the flat bill's got to go off to the side. This one still has tags on it, sort of like I'm on that episode of Key and Peele where they have a hat competition. I came late. What van are you starting with? I see a lot of Sprinter vans. Mike, my van is going to be a Ford Transit. It's a 2020. It's a 350 HD. It was originally a cargo van, but I have cut windows in it, and I'm converting it into a living space. So anyways, so that's the hat. So tell me what you think. Anyways. The van is almost a space capsule. That's true. Anyways, so this box is actually going to be, let me take this box and we will reduce its scale by like 10%. And hopefully, oh, that doesn't work. We'll take that and that, and we'll reduce its, oh, nope. I'm still learning. So we take that, and we'll reduce its scale by 10%, so we'll go to 90, and then this down a little bit like that, like so. It doesn't look perfect, but that's kind of how it will look. Anyways, what I thought was it would be nice to put a shelf there that will hold a coffee. And then I can also have 2 outlets, one there and one there. This outlet is pretty cool because what it's going to do is it has this opening in the back of the shelf where you can plug in something underneath and then bring the cables up from the back so the cables aren't all over the place. You know what I mean? And so I can have my phone charging here and my coffee sitting here, and we can be happy. This shelf is about 4.5, or let's see here. Yeah, 4.5 inches deep. And so, yeah, I thought that was kind of a creative thing. I didn't see a lot of people using this area. A lot of people like put a closet here or something, but I thought this area would be much better used with some sort of shelf. The other thing that I was thinking about with the use of this area was to actually have a what's that vacuum cleaner, the Dyson, and have the Dyson that is sitting on the wall at this point, and it's vertical and it's plugged in, and maybe the Dyson stem can lock into this part of the shelf here, and then I could actually have a here, I'll show you. So let's take this. Oh, we'll take the okay, I'm going to pull this open and I'm going to take off all of the black tweed, and then I'm going to take this area and I am going to take a box here and I'm going to do something like this, and then I'm going to go like this, close this, take this and then just chop that out, escape, do that, and then do something like this, do something like this, do something like, oh, actually, I think I'll pull this side in like this. Okay, and then maybe take this back like that. So yeah, maybe actually that's a little bit too wide. Yeah, something like that. So I was thinking I could even do, that's too deep actually. That's too deep. Need some beef behind that shelf. But yeah, so I was thinking about actually having one of those Dyson vacuum cleaners that would clip on the wall up here, and then the arm would come down, and then I'd have the arm here, and then I could put a strap in this area here to kind of strap it in. Because one of the things I noticed with me living in the van so far is it's extremely dusty. And these Dyson vacuum cleaners are really powerful. They're battery powered, and yeah. I mean, I think that would be a very cool opportunity to have a functional, purposeful area there behind the seat. So let's go back here and take a look. And now what I'm going to do is we're going to take each area at a time. So this is the entirety of the interior. I took the, let's see, I'll take, let me take the wood. I'm not going to take the wood off. No, actually I could take the wood off. No. Oh, hold on. Now what we're going to do with this one is we're going to go with another Agile off-road hat. This one's the black one, but Agile off-road sent me a lot of hats. So we're going with the Agile off-road hat, the black with the flat bill. And so anyways, clamp the wall and clamp in the wall that box you made 180 degrees. Yeah. Oh, clamp in the wall, the box you made 180 degrees. Yeah. So that it's pressed against the wall, but then you'd have to slide it in. And that's very possible. It would actually act as a clamp. I was thinking probably just to have a Velcro strap, because what I could do here, kind of could show you, is in the process of designing, I could have a slot here and a slot here. So let me show you. So I could make a slot here, and I could make a slot here in the CNC process. And then what I could do is take even a very, very thin, even a very, very thin, you know what I mean? I could do something like this and then put an elastic strap there and have the tube for the vacuum cleaner kind of stuck in there. So anyways, so that could be that. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take each area and we're going to start very simply. We're going to take a lot of stuff out. So what I'm going to do here is I have actually, if you guys can see this area over on the left, the panel that kind of dictates all of the layers, we are going to take it and we are going to start. So this is the passenger seat, which is gone. The driver's seat, let's get rid of that. The table, let's see here, there. The table, which is right here, we're going to take that out so that you don't see it. We're going to take away the cushions because you don't need to see that. Now, when I take away the cushions, you're going to see something pretty cool here. Okay, so the cushions are gone. We're going to take away the driver's side. When I take away the driver's side, there we go. Oh, no, we're going to leave the driver's side. Sorry. We're going to take away the passenger side. And let's take away the air conditioning as well, just so that we have a very clean view of the driver's side of the van. So, okay. Yeah, is the furniture in the right size? Yes, the furniture is in the right size. Everything here is pretty close, within a half of an inch. Look into the Apple Home Kit. I'm going to write that down. Apple Home Kit. I think I'll probably use Google though. Google Home, and just Google everything. There is a floor vac that you sweep with a broom, and it automatically turns on when it detects the broom. Interesting. Instead of a power outlet, maybe just put a power track. Yeah, I think that what they're going to be marine grade power outlets and USB plugs. So I'll have a variety of those things everywhere. So anyways, let's keep looking here. So let's start first. Let me even take away the overhead cabinets, just to give you an idea of the overhead cabinets. So the overhead cabinets will be deeper over the main, like dressers, I guess, the main cabinets. And let's see here. So they are 13 inches deep. I designed these. So the overhead cabinets are 13 inches deep. And then the cabinets that are over the bench area are going to be 8 inches deep. And so that's kind of the way I design it. Now that is not including the width of the faces of the doors. The door faces are probably going to be 3/4 of an inch thick, just because the hardware for these doors need a depth to go into in order to operate properly. So most of the materials we're going to use for this van is going to be 1/2 inch, but every so often we're going to have to use the 3/4 of an inch. Okay, so let me take off the overhead cabinets. Now what we're left with is the first studio dresser. Hey, Bay Area Reefs, how's it going? Like a Jayo. Oh, okay. For those of you just joining, I am alternating hats. So every time the alarm goes off, I have to pick another hat. The next hat is going to be Seaside Auto House. This is the place that I sprayed the lizard skin. So I sprayed lizard skin on the van, and I did it here. It's a wrap shop in Ventura, California. So yeah, that's that. We have reset the clock, and so we are counting down another 5 minutes. And almost OEM. Give a like to the video, everyone. Yeah, cool. Thank you. Do you guys like this? This is kind of fun for me. I'm actually enjoying this. I spent so much time on this design. I'm excited about it. Let's see. When you have a table down, you will have a space to stand up with the overhead cabinets. You will have space to stand up with the overhead. Yeah. When you have the table down, what do you mean? What table? The back table? Let's really get down to business. Where is the reef tank going? This is not a cabinet. This is all a reef tank. For those of you that are saying that that's I originally, my YouTube channel was like sort of a reef tank channel. So there's a lot of people that are hanging on from the original. Okay, so we're gonna make some more coffee. The Brew Trek coffee French press, and this is Pete's coffee, medium roast. And that's all she wrote. This is about two cups worth. So yeah. The studio table. Yeah, we'll talk about that in a minute. Creative, nice solar in the background. Yeah, these are Zamp solar panels. They are obsidian panels, and I will be mounting them to the roof later today. That's my mission today. So anyways, let's look at this cabinet. So this one in particular has some very interesting attributes. This is going to be actually, I'm going to bring back the overhead cabinets. This area right here, from here to here, is going to be my stand up and record video area. I'm going to stand up and use this shelf, or this cabinet surface, or I'm sorry, countertop, to do my my unboxings. So I will have railings and cameras that will mount to the top of this, the bottom of this cabinet, and they will hold rails. And from these rails, I'll put cameras that will be mounted on a series of different brackets, and they will be pointing down to whatever product I have on the surface. It's great. I'm trying to work here. All right, Rob. Rob's been a friend for a very, very long time. So this countertop is going to act as the place for me to do stand-up video work. It's also going to have the coffee maker is probably going to be right about here. Also, maybe I'll have a little bar area on this side where I'll have like this area here. The first third of it is going to be like sort of like a bar and a barista area. Then the video stuff is going to be going on the other side. Not so subtle advertising with changing like every 5 different ads to an alarm. I just did that for fun. I just did that for fun because I you know, if you guys know me, you know I love my hats. So there's no misgivings. And actually, this isn't even like a plug because somebody helped me with something. I mean, this is a friend of mine, so he gave me some space to spray. How can I donate you? Chug-a-lug Doug. There's links in the description if you want to check out some opportunities to help me out. There's a Patreon, obviously. You can join that. That's very, very cool. So I'm sorry. Back to the design. So we have the barista area will be here, but also a lot of unboxings. We're going to be using the overhead cabinets for a mounting structure for cameras and stuff. So that's cool. But let's look at the actual cabinet. This is going to be quite a special cabinet. Firstly, we're going to have this. This is the refrigerator. The refrigerator is a Dometic CRX110S. And that refrigerator is a pretty beefy refrigerator. I wanted to be able to have a big freezer to cool stuff. I wanted it to be stand up. And so let me pull this out so you can see how deep it is. I mean, it is a big monster. It is, let's see here. Let's pull it out 25 just so that I can keep it standardized. So it's 22 inches deep, 20.5 inches wide, and 29.5 inches tall. So yeah, it will be, we're running low on hats, guys, but we have a couple. We're going to get into okay, seeing as though we're talking about solar, hit repeat. Zamp Solar sent me gave me one of their hats, and it's another flat bill. These companies really like flat bill hats. So anyways, so let's go back to the design. So let's go backwards now, put that back into the space where it's going to live. The cool thing about this refrigerator, it's going to sit right behind the driver's seat. So if I want to kind of get in there and grab a beer or something, or grab a drink, and I'm in well, I'm not going to want a beer when I'm driving, but I'll be able to access the refrigerator very easily from the closest point to the passenger and the driver's side. If I'm driving with somebody, I can ask them to grab me something. They'll be able to do that. So that is cool. But let's go through each drawer as it stands. Now I'm going to take the studio cabinet thing and open it up. I numbered these sections like drawer 1 1 1 2 1 3 2 1 2 2 3 2. So this is 1 1. This is 1 2. This is 1 3 2 1 2 2 3 1 3 2. And so these are sort of the code for these. Bay Area Reefs. Yeah, it's so cool. As soon as I started actually designing this thing with this 3D program, I really started to say, oh, I need to do this because of this. And oh, I need to do this because of this. It really started to answer questions and put things in perspective. For example, on the back of the cabinet, I want to put a 45-degree cut across the entire, tell me if you think this is a good idea. I want to put a 45-degree cut across the entire back of all of these cabinets, because what I want to be able to do is pull a cabling if I want. Oh, let me take you away, Barry. I want to be able to take cabling across the entire back. So if I have something in the bench seat, I want to be able to pull either a cable or a tube or whatever across the entire back of these shelves. You know, you always try to purpose design things, and oftentimes you're after the fact, like after you've designed it, you're like, oh, what are some things that I really wanted to, you know, what are some things I really wanted to do? You know, I want to run a cable across the back and go to the center shelf, and I want to put a wire here, or I want to bring a cable up to this drawer, or I want to put a light here. And so what you end up doing is you have to drill into the surface. And I'm trying to think like ahead and put all of the cuts, because to be honest, all of this stuff is going to be programmed into a CNC cutting machine and cut to perfect ways to assemble together. So it's no real extra work for the CNC machine to cut a 45-degree angle off on that panel. And that might save me an entire headache down the road when I'm doing some sort of project down the way. And if you guys have any ideas for, like, it would be really nice to actually do something, you can tell me. As a matter of fact, as we're talking, I'm thinking it would be nice to put some vents in this wall here. I'm going to write that down. Let's see here. Let me take some notes. I'll say vent in the studio inner cabinet. You know, because I could actually put a fan. I could put a computer fan in this wall if I wanted to drive air across the back of the refrigerator, which could be cool. Anyways, so let's go and start going through the interior. So we'll start with the drawer 1 3, which is going to be this one. Drawer 1 3 is going to come out. And this drawer is going to be a simple drawer for toiletry, cutlery. I think this will be a utensil drawer. Maybe it's a very wide drawer because it's going to be on top of the refrigerator. So I could put some plates here. All sorts of things I can put in this drawer. So that's what this drawer is going to be. Let's go to 1 2. This drawer, again, is just going to be a standard drawer. You know what I'm going to do? I'm going to pull these drawers out, because you know what I really like is when the three-dimensional drawing has all of the stuff kind of pulled out. At the end, we'll look at all of the different things. Then we'll go to 2 2, and we'll pull this drawer out. This is another just standard drawer. Nothing special about it. Oh, last hat, guys. Last hat. Actually, it's not the last. I see two missing hats. So the next hat will go, I think, is up above the refrigerator. I think there's another hat up there. Anyways, this is Method Rims. Method Rims gave me this shirt too. Really, really nice stuff, Method Rims. Really, their swag is very swaggy. You're turning the Wade's World product placement scene. Yeah, totally. Right. Yeah, I'm drinking. Yeah, well, a lot of people are helping me out. I want to be able to help those people out. 45 degrees. Is that enough for the rats? Maybe I need to make it bigger for them. Maybe little doors. What's the head height? A platform near the back doors. Bed will allow for pull-out drawers to the outside of the van. Maybe a cooktop storage, some kind. Mike, I'll get to the back a little later. I have a lot of ideas for that. There's a lot of attributes we'll get into in a second. So, but that is a good idea. A lot of people do that. So these are the 3 ordinary drawers. From here, we start getting a little bit special, and we will start with this. This is the drawer number 3.2. And so we're going to pull that out. And what you're going to see here is a big white box. So this white box is a Laveo dry flush toilet. Laveo makes this toilet. Basically, the toilet, it's a little bit gross, but it has these bags. And you sit, it's a powered toilet. And you sit when you're going number 2 or number 1 or whatever. Number 1, to be honest, I'm just going to have a big bottle that I will use, and then I will dump it anytime I get to a bathroom. I will not have a black water tank under the van. So everything sort of has to be compartmentalized. But if you look at it, the Laveo dry flush toilet is pretty interesting. And basically you go into these bags and the bags will twist and separate off your waste. Where's the gyro hat? You missed it. The gyro hat was the first one. The gyro hat was the first one. Yeah, I like this hat too. You're lighting all of your scenes according to Apple. Yeah, Pierre. I will check that out, Pierre. That's very, very cool. Rob's like, do you have shares in that company? And I think he just really likes it. Don't forget a strategic location. Well, the fire extinguisher will actually go probably underneath this cabinet here. So I was thinking about that already, and that's where it is. If you plan fans, it's better the lowest position. Okay, thank you, MS. I appreciate that. So, okay, the Laveo toilet basically is a toilet where your waste goes into a bag and the bag seals. Every time you go, it seals and creates a new bag. And so I wanted to be able to give people an option. I was thinking that maybe not even having a toilet, but if I'm going to give people an interviews in the van, they need to be able to go if it's like if they really got to go, You're a boy, number 1. Is any brush along the way? Is any bush? Oh, yeah. Right. Boy, yeah, you're a boy, number 1. Any bush along the way? Coming along, how's the knee? Robert Kirkman, the knee is much better than in that last, I don't know if you're talking about the last episode I did live stream, but it was very painful. Anyways, so this drawer will pull out and then have access to the toilet. This drawer itself is going to have to be a bit special because, yeah, I just thought about that. This drawer is going to have to be able to pull out beyond the cabinet because you're going to have to get the toilet off. So I'm going to have to think about that, exactly how that's going to work. Anyways, so that's going to be where the toilet is going to be. And then let's go to the other side now and start looking through this. So the 3.1 here, this is going to be a big drawer, just a big, deep drawer where I can put all sorts of bigger stuff that's going to go down into this drawer. And girls can pee in bushes too. That's very true. Good thing you're done with the negative stuff. Yeah, I'm trying to. You could use a valent spray for fire. Oh, okay. Interesting. The other thing that might be cool is to actually put a vent on the back of the toilet, like that vents outside. I could do that actually by cutting into the surface of the van and putting like a, let's see if I have any more hats. I think I'm out actually. Yep. That's all we got. That's all we got for hats. So do you want me to cycle through them again? I'm just going to wear this one for now. I like this one. The way it fits, it's more comfortable. Anyways. No, it's okay, Rob. It's okay, Rob. So, okay, so we've got all of these drawers here, right? So we've got all of these. And then these two are quite special. So drawer number 1, let's just pull it out and I can show you. And drawer number 2. These two drawers are going to be quite special because what they're going to have is on the back. Let's go 1. Pull it out a little farther. On the back, there is going to be a series of outlets, USB power outlets, USB power outlets, and they're going to be situated on the back of this drawer with a spring-loaded cable. And go back through the hats. You want me to go back through the hats? Okay. All right, let's do this. We'll do cancel. We'll do this every 10 minutes now, so that it's not so frequent. And then you guys can tell me which hat you want to see. Okay. So we're starting again. So this drawer, first of all, is going to be more shallow. So if I take and take the back of this off, and you can see the back of this cabinet, then actually, let's go here. This whole drawer, 1, when it's closed, will not close all the way into the back. So this back area of this, actually, in the end, this shelf won't exist. There's just going to be drawer slides, but I'm going to leave that there for now. But there'll be an open area here where power will come from the bottom, come up, supply this cabinet, and be on a spring loaded. And so, yeah, first hat. Okay, we'll go back to Jayo on the next hat. So anyways, these two cabinets, this one and this one, will not go all the way back. These other cabinets, like let's go drawer 1, 2. This one will actually come all the way to the back of the shelf compartment. So you can kind of see the difference between this and this one with depth. What that means is in the back here, you can have cabling and wires and things that will be supplying power to the back of this drawer. The other thing that's going to be cool is that this drawer here will be locking and this drawer here will be locking. So I can actually charge all of my camera gear, all of the batteries, close the drawers, lock them, and be on my way while everything is sort of being powered. One of the things that was always frustrating with regards, Thomas McGarry, hello, how's it going? Plain love fire. Okay, how does that? Yeah, plain love fire. Planes don't love fire. Actually, I don't think they like. So, anyways, so one of the things that I had as a vlogger and as a traveler is that when I went to a hotel to work or to end my day and I was cycling, I would bring my bags into the hotel room and I call it a nest, and I'd open up all my stuff and I'd plug everything in and I'd charge everything and everything would be everywhere. It would be a total mess. And I'm trying to stop that mess by being extra uber organized and thinking ahead about what I would want in a system like a van and design accordingly. So these two drawers are probably one of my favorite components on this van, purpose designed specifically for my life and the purpose of what my life will be inside the van. So now we've finished this section. Let's pull all of these out. So this is going to be number 1. Number 1 is finished. And I think you need ventilation in the back of the drawers for when you're charging. That's true. That's why if you look, in the back of the drawers themselves. Yeah, let's see here. Vent, back, charging drawer. let's do that. Let's ventilate one of these drawers. So we'll take a box here and we can go here. Then we can go a little wider here. Oh, let's not do that. Let's do here. Actually, let me make it. So we'll go from here to here. Then we'll go from here to here. Then we'll go from here to here. Then we'll go from here to here. And then we'll go from, this maybe not look good, but here to here. Now I'm going to go like this, and I'm going to close this, and we'll go boom, 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 boom. I'll cut those in. So that's somehow how it could be. I might get more fancy with that. Yeah. Life, what he said. Life as a drawer. So, okay, so we added some vents, and I appreciate that, guys. That's pretty cool. So, anyways, that is the studio cabinet. So the studio cabinet is now thoroughly designed. Let me put all the drawers back. So we'll go to 1-3 and push that in to there. Then we go 1-2. Just a standard drawer, put it back there. A 1-3, 1-1, the electronics drawer. We'll put that there. And then 2-1, take that one back. And then 2-2, take that one back. We'll take the toilet, take that in, and then take the big drawer and put that inside. So yeah, it's not perfect, but just kind of move on from this. And then we will also put the outer face of this on. And yeah, pretty cool, huh? Hey, BJ Bumblebee. Very cool. How about if there are little holes on the bottom of the drawer? I don't think that would work, MS, just because I'm going to have a lot of small batteries. Maybe I'll have a small screw from a camera that will come off. The drawer itself should stay pretty solid around the bottom and the lower part of the edges. I don't want anything kind of come up. Hey, Tube for MJ. Very cool. Nice to see you here. So we are going through the design of the van, and I'm kind of taking one section at a time so that you can see the different design schematics. We just finished the design of the first cabinet, which is going to be the studio cabinet, where I'll do a lot of video design. It's going to store a lot of equipment, and that will be that. So, Untitled. Oh, you're drinking some white tea from very, very cool salt ball. Okay. So then we're going to move on to the next visible thing, which is the bench in the back. Now, the bench in the back, let's take a look. I'm going to actually turn on the passenger side for a second so you can see. The bench in the back is going to be designed with a long edge here made of 3 panels, the back made of this large panel, and then 2 smaller panels making the downside of the U, the passenger side of the U. These 3 panels are going to be where I'm going to sleep mostly. So let's take the passenger side off again so that we can take a look. And the purpose of this area is to house my electrical system and have a place for me to sleep. So actually, for safety, the charger cabinet could have temperature sensor to cut. Yeah, that's very possible, Miko. That's possible. I'm drinking some brown whiskey. That's very nice. Tuning in, Australia, 3:33 a.m. What about the trike? Well, the trike, Malaysia's opening up soon. I might go and get the trike and then take it to Czechia and then take the trike apart and build a new trike and bring the trike back here and then drive around with my trike on the back. We'll talk more about that later. Anyways, so let's take a look. First thing you're going to see here is a display area. So this area here is going to display all of the electrical components. This is the Lynx distributor, the Lynx shunt, the inverter charger from Victron, the Servo GX that's going to communicate to the phone lines about the electrical system, the MPPT, and then the WakeSpeed 3000. All of this stuff is sort of very cool. There's going to be a lot of cabling that's going to come down and around and all around, and it's going to be very, very neat. Because Victron helped me out with the electrical system, I was like, why don't we showcase? Why don't we take and actually showcase? Because I really like the look of all of it. It's like the brain of the van. And so the cool thing about this show box is that it's going to be lit. There's a sort of like a fiber optic technique where you can take a pane of glass and along the outside edge of the glass, you can put light into the glass. And then so the glass itself illuminates everything. The glass actually illuminates the interior. And so when people come into the van by a flick of a switch or something, oh, which hat do you want? Which hat do you want? Hat alert. Oh, we'll go gyro for a little while. So we're swapping hats every 10 minutes. So I have a lot of hats. So we're going gyro for a little while. Anyways, so I wanted to showcase my electrical system, make it sort of a cool thing to talk about. People are going to sit there and have interviews, and you're going to have all of this kind of cool stuff there, sort of on display, glowing from underneath there. I mean, because you're going to have the table there, and then people are going to be sitting, and then that area is going to glow, and you're going to be able to see that. So, okay, so that's the show box. I'm also going to have 2 outlets because the power system's here. It won't be too hard to actually add 2 outlets here that'll be underneath the seat that people can use to. Is the inverter noisy? No, not really. I mean, it hums a little bit, but I can actually turn it off as well. Excuse me. It's going to be a 48 volt inverter charger, so it hums a little bit. So I'll have a couple of power outlets there that will be charging the under area so that if you're sitting in the bench, you can charge your stuff. Now, the width of the bench here is 21 inches. So that's the depth of the bench. So that's a sitting depth. The ability for me to sleep here, I can actually be okay because I actually slept in a 20-inch width bench when I was on the road, and I liked it fine. It was enough. I actually sleep like I'm in a coffin, and so I didn't have much of a problem with it. But I was like, it would be nice to actually extend it out a little bit if I wanted to. And so what I've done here is I've added this flap. So this flap will open up and extend the bed surface by like 4.5 inches. And when you do that, basically when you do that, the actual area to sleep on really increases. So I can sleep here. It's almost like a twin. And this area will be there like that. And then if you look at the cushions, you could kind of take a look at that. So the cushions will be there. And then these 2 pieces will slide down. These 2 pieces will slide forward. And then I'll have a nice big bed there if I want to. So that's kind of like the idea behind that. So let me take the cushions off again. And then we'll pull that back down. So that's a design. So that's pretty cool. Yeah, a little extra lip. Showing some extra lip. Show me some gyro hats options. This is the only gyro hat I have right now, Mike. The only gyro hat I have. Tinfoil hat with all the hats. So anyways, so yeah. So let's break into this cabinet now. Now, if you look, you can see that each of these panels is custom designed with a custom designed venting surface. So each of these panels will ventilate through. And also what this does is it takes away some weight. So as you're building the interior of this van, especially like that's going to be like 1/2-inch ply. And you want to make sure that the plywood is strong or is light. I mean, is light. It retains its strength, but is also light and ventilated, especially for these, because I'll be sleeping on top of them. So, and people will be sitting there and everything. And there's going to be a lot of electronics below. I want to be able to disperse any heat that it builds up. But isn't that cool? I mean, you could have just gone with like a straight design. Actually, I can actually show you some other designs of lids. Let's see here. Inner lids, top lid. There we go. Oh, no. Where is it? I had a few different lids there that I was kind of showing off and giving options. I just don't know where they went. Anyways, inner lids? Yeah, there we go. Inner lid? No, that's the inner lids. Where is it? Black tweed, wood, floor cushions, patterns. Was it patterns? Nope, it wasn't that. Vent? Nope. I don't know where that went. Anyways, so that's that. So let's remove these. Anything with holes in the corner, is removable. Anything without, like this panel here and this panel here, these are permanent. So these are going to be mounted there. And we'll get to the back garage area pretty soon. So let's take a look at these. So I'm going to take this and move it off to the side. And we'll take this one and move it off. Oh, you know what I'm going to do it predetermined. So we're going to move this off to the side by 25. And then we're going to move this one off to the side by 30. Okay, so those two come out. So the first thing that you see is you see 3 more removable panels. You see this one, and this one. Hey, Emery, how's it going? Salt to Paul. Seems like a small sleeping space, but not actually that small. It's not that small. It's actually not that small. As a matter of fact, it's quite big. If you, I'll show you in a little bit, but it's quite large. If let's see here, I'm gonna show you a picture of the way it looks. So I'm gonna come to here. I'm gonna remove this. Stop sharing the screen. I'm going to share a new screen, and it's going to be this one. So if you look at this, you could see this is me. So you could see the length of me here. It's more than enough. I actually have all of this headroom above my head, and then the back bench area people can sit. So there's a lot of ability for people to kind of hang out there. So let's go back to the 3-dimensional drawing, and okay. So yeah. So anyways, now let's get deeper. So this first front area is going to be all the electronics. So you're going to be able to pull these panels off and access the entirety of the electronic system. You're going to be able to pull wires through. I'll have all sorts of things. Yeah. Not so big. We're not going to have orgies in the back. Although, well, there's a will, there's a way, right? So anyways, this is the channel for the electronics. You'll be able to access everything from the top. Very, very cool. Then let's start pulling. Let me move both of these another 10 or so. So we'll do this another 20. We'll do this another 20. So now let's take these panels off. Now we'll take this first one off and move it to the side. So that one's going to come off. This area here is where you start to access below the cabinets. So you can pull wires from this cabinet all the way underneath the studio dresser. And it's also got ventilation here through to the main dresser. So that's cool. This area does have a lot. The other thing that I'm thinking with this area is maybe putting the fuses on this panel facing up. And then the fuse panel will sit here, and then you can kind of lean the fuse panel up in order to access all the cabling underneath. This is just an empty space. Use it for whatever. This panel here, when you remove it, is, let me see. I think that there is a gap underneath this. This is what I meant, 3D hell. Okay, we're in 3D hell. Okay, so if I go over here, yeah. So you can see that there is a gap between the wheel well and that shelf. Now, obviously, I don't have all of the cuts here. You'll have a shelf support that'll go the entire length of the inner and outer wall where all of this stuff is. So anyways, so yeah, cables and everything can go underneath this panel as they weave across the wheel well. So let's move this guy out. And then the third panel here, we'll move that one out. That one's going to be the batteries. So the batteries are going to be 4 12-volt, 200 amp hour lithium-ion Victron batteries, smart batteries, and they're going to be linked in series so that we can get 48 volts at 200 amp hours. I'm going to wear my gyro hat for a little while. So, yeah. So anyways, let me close this out a little bit so we can see. So this is the area behind the studio cabinet. Basically, you can see it all laid out here. We've got this cubby in the front of the wheel well. We've got an ability to cross wires over the wheel well. We've got the 4 batteries. We've got openings and ventilation in order for the heat to dissipate. I could even put a fan here that's pulling air across the wheel well. I could put a fan anywhere, basically. And then this is going to be the display side, where you'll be able to see all the electronics on a lit shadow box. And then I'll also have this shelf that will pop up so that I can have some extra sleeping space when I want to sleep. So there we go. Is that pretty cool? I think that's pretty cool. So let me reverse all of this stuff. Okay, so we are back to there. So now let me add the passenger side again. And let's go here to driver's side bench, passenger side. So we've added the passenger side, but I'm also going to take the overhead cabinets because they're distracting and take those off. So now we've got the rest. So we're going to take a look now to the back area here, and we're going to take a little browse on what I've done there. So let's swing around and go to the back. So this is my design idea for the back of the van. If you look, the flooring of the back of the van is this lion ridge material, which I can actually show you. So lawn ridge, not lawn lion. I keep wanting to say lion. So this is like an option for a material, right? But I'm not a huge fan of this texture, but I do like this color. We might go with this color, or we might go with the black speckled, but the actual surface is going to be this, which is very, very cool. So this is going to be the floor of the cargo area. It's very, very durable, very strong, and very, very nice. Let me see if I can find you the speckled, because it's actually quite cool. I don't know where it is, the actual speckled design, but in black. So that's going to be that material there. But anyways, let's go back here. So the cabinet in the back is going to be divided into 3 sections. Section number 1, section number 2, and section number 3. The section number 1 is simply going to dissipate heat from the battery and electronics section. And there's going to be some power outlets here and here so that I can access power. Nick, you know, it's very hard to tell you budget. I could tell you what this stuff is worth, and I could tell you how much I am actually paying. It's different. because I really did a lot of legwork with these companies. I'm helping them out with video projects. Just Roaming Design is doing a lot of design stuff for this cabinetry, and they're going to actually approve this or an alteration of this. They're going to say, Matt, this is too much. We're going to do this. It's gray is good. Black will show all of the dirt. Yeah, Jeff. Well, we can go with like a charcoal too, which is kind of a cool color. We'll go through colors too, because I actually have the colors here. So this is black. This is black tweed, and you're right. It could show, but this is like a charcoal. Or is that charcoal? Yeah, that's charcoal. And then obviously this is gray. I don't like gray though. I don't like gray. Charcoal or coal if I do. But anyways, how does the floor material reflect on the video though? Looking at that from here, the video, it blurs, man. Well, I will be in focus. If the background blurs out, that's fine. You know what I mean? Like I want the background to sort of fuzz out, and I want me to be in focus. So, but good points. So this drawer area is going to be specifically designed for heat dissipation, and is going to have the electronic section is here. So I figured it wouldn't have to go too far to have a couple of plugs here, so I can access power from the garage area, whether I have a radio out the back, or I'm using some power tools, or I'm doing something with regards to power, maybe an air compressor. I was thinking I'd like to have an air compressor, the floor material. Oh, I'm sorry, the floor material. Yeah. Well, this material is only going to be used in the back. The front area is going to be wood, and I'll show you the floor is going to be that. So that's going to be the material on the floor, and there's also going to be a strip on the ceiling. So we'll show you more about that later, but just kind of give you an idea. But okay, so this area is going to be all for heat distribution. This area is going to be bulk storage, and it's also going to have a big cutout here, window, to pass stuff through. So if I had, like, I don't know, some large pieces of stuff I wanted to keep in the back, I have the ability to go the entire length here. And let me kind of see about how big that is. So if I go here, the entire length of that is 40. It's almost 48 inches, not 48 exactly, but 46 inches wide, which is pretty cool. So gray is much better, Jeffrey. Black, you will be washing it down every 5 minutes. If this channel is going to do videos of floors, I don't know, man. Yeah. I probably won't be. This rear floor. No, it's okay. It's a valid question. I'm not going to be doing a lot of videos back here. This is just for storage. So anyways, we'll have a big window here as well as ventilation. These lids here are going to support. Oh, sorry. Let me go this. These lids here are going to support a lot of weight. This one here is probably going to have the longest span across. That's going to be unimpeded with anything. So I'm actually thinking about doing something like this and taking one of these surfaces, and let me get right here. I'm actually thinking about taking one of these surfaces, going about halfway through, and then like taking this up here. Let me go here. And then maybe making it just a little rib here, and then adhering it to the surface, maybe giving it some beef. Not sure how I'm going to do that, but I was thinking about actually having a rib or two in that section to give it some horizontal strength. So anyways, I'm thinking about that, but I don't want to take up too much space in there and absorb it with like some sort of a rib. So this is that partition there. So the next, let's not give Jeffrey any grief. He's just engaging in the conversation. I appreciate it. So this area here is, let's see here. I'm going to make this color gray, just kind of differentiate. This is going to be a sprayer that I'll have hot and cold water, and then actually a nozzle. There's actually like a spray nozzle that you can take and you plug it into the center of that device, and then the heat is on one side and the cold is on the other, and you can kind of have an exterior washing station. This is basically going to be a wet area here, so I might actually coat all of these walls with this sort of a vinyl so that it doesn't get wet. So yeah, reinforcement is a good idea. That's very true. I'm going to let HP Velatechnic or not HP Velatechnic. I'm going to let Just Roaming Design help me on, because they'll know like you need some more support here or not support here. So, okay. So now we have finished the back area. And like I said, anything with the lighter gray, these two panels are going to be, they're never going to move. But these panels, all of these panels will be removable. So this corner here is empty. So what is going to go here? Well, I'll show you. The air conditioning is going to go there. So I'm going to pop in the air conditioning unit, and there we go. So, and I'm going to actually take and show you this. So this is where the air conditioner is going to go. And I'm going to take this off actually, and let me take the cover of this off, remove this, and so you can see. So first of all, you got the hot and cold coming here that will supply the rear box that's going to have the hot and cold and all of that stuff. But you have, this is the Cruise and Comfort air conditioning system. This is a DC air conditioner that's going to sit in cooperation with what is it? The condenser is underneath, the evaporator is underneath. Anyways, you're going to have, this is the main component here. I think the condenser is what sits above. And you're going to have a 4-inch duct that's going to go, and it's going to translate to a corridor that's going to be made out of a material that is going to be like fiberglass material. And so being that it's fiberglass, it's going to be resistant to mold and also resistant to moisture. So these two panels here are going to form a box, and I'm going to line them and with some more thermally balanced materials, and they're going to go up and form a corridor that's going to go up the side of the van. I can put as many vents in this side as I want, like automotive style vents that will protrude through the surface and distribute the cold air. They can be shut off or turned on. If I'm sleeping, I can turn it on full and have the air going directly to my bed area. And then it's going to go to the top, and then the air is going to come up and then over, and then distribute the air across the top bar. So what this is going to be is the air conditioning system. And so the air is going to go up here, go across, and then it's going to distribute the air via these 3 ports. Actually, as many ports as I want. And what that's going to do is it's going to create an opportunity for the air to go out and then start circulating around. That's the objective, because hot air rises, cold air sinks. So you want the cold air to come out from the top. Nick says, will you be able to have air conditioning while recording? A sound issue? Nick, it's going to be something I'm going to have to test. I'm going to have to see how loud it is. But if I need air conditioning, I'm going to use air conditioning. So I'm sure that there's going to be some wind, and there's also going to be some motors. But they are going to be deep inside the cabinets, and the cabinets are going to be enclosed, and there's going to be cushions over them. If I want to, I can actually take this drawer here, where I know that there's going to be a component that might make a lot of noise, and I can take this area and actually sound deaden it. Maybe put some sound deadening material inside this drawer space, so that it actually has more sound deadening qualities. So that's a good idea. So okay. Now let's continue moving along away from the air conditioning units. So everybody kind of see that. You know what? I'm going to put this lid back, and I'm going to remove the lid like this. So we're going to take this and we're going to move this off by 31, and then this one, we're going to move this one off by 40. Okay. Now here we have an interesting transition. I'm going to take away the driver's side so that we don't have that confusing us, and take it out. So now I can actually see. This is now we're looking at the passenger side now. Hey Sam, how's it going? This is Sam, enjoying the video. Nice to see you. So okay, so let's take a look at the interior of the van here, and on the passenger. Now we've translated 100% of the passenger side. So one of the things that I have here is I have this water tank, and if I remove the back of almost in 3D hell. So if I remove this surface, rear wall, and remove this surface, you can see the that. Okay, this is the wheel well that I have, right? The water tank goes over the wheel well, and it covers the entire length. The problem is that the kitchen counter, or the kitchen cabinet, which is this piece, and the bench are here. And I originally had this partition, this wall here, that went all the way down and went around the water tank. And what that did is it locked the water tank in. And I don't want to lock that water tank in. If I want to be able to service the water tank, I don't want to have to be sort of locked into that area. So this panel is going to be removable, and this panel is going to come out, and this panel is going to be removable, and this panel is going to come out. And so when these panels are, I'm going to actually take and make these disappear. So we're going to take and make that one disappear. And we're going to take this one and make this one disappear. So now what we have is we have the ability to remove the entirety of the water tank and not have a divider here. Because like I said, there used to be a divider in front of the water tank. And basically the water tank was locked into the cabinet, and I did not like that. So this was actually a recommendation from Just Roaming, which was a great idea for that was to create this framework with L extruded aluminum. So all of these are aluminum pieces, which will mount to the wood box and form like a reinforced structure that would allow the cabinet to set upon the aluminum extrusion. How are the panels going to be attached? Magnets? What? Oh, yeah, I don't know. We're going to have to figure that out. How do you exchange or refill the water? Well, this is going to be a fill pipe that's going to go outside the van, or I can have a fill pipe that comes to here in the back of the van, and you can hook a hose to it and then fill the water tank from there. There'll be opportunities to fill the water tank there. The water tank is 25 gallons. And 32 gallons. It's a 32-gallon water tank, and yeah, so that's kind of cool. I'm kind of excited how that came out. So that's pretty interesting. So we're gonna move that back, and so without it, it looks cool, but I think magnets is a good idea. You know, could probably do it, but this van is going to be jostling around a lot, so there should be some sort of a snapping structure. Magnets could work well. I have a lot of rare earth magnets, and we could actually put them and epoxy them into the surface of the lid and put metal steel plates onto the wherever you want it to attach. It could be a very, very cool. So your adventures are going to require you or necessitate a water tank. Yeah. I plan to be off-grid driving around different parts of the world for a long time, and I want to have a shower. and I want to have a coffee maker, and I want to have an ability to wash things. And so having water and being able to exist for a long period of time is something I'd like to do. So, oh, okay. So let me take this off and take away these sketch planes. Okay. So now we have the kitchen counter. We're kind of coming around to the interior here. We're sort of wrapping up. We're about 3/4 or 4/5 of the way through. So does the design factor in the curve of the van walls? Well, the design as it stands does not. I'm going to give this to Just Roaming Design, and they're going to take this design and translate it to the van itself. So that's how that's going to work. Are you done with Asia for a while? For a little while. I'm probably going to go to Malaysia and pick up the trike in a little bit. But yeah. Okay, so let's look at the kitchen here, and we will go like I did last time. We'll go drawer by drawer, and we'll start. Obviously, this is this will just pull out, so that will be a pull-out face. This also will be a pull-out face. Then this will be a drawer, and this drawer will pull out, and then this drawer will pull out, and then this drawer will be the final drawer, will pull out. So I'll have 3 drawers and 2 removable panels. And this removable panel is specifically for access to the water tank and the plumbing for the water tank. And then this removable panel is specifically related to the heater, and we'll talk about that in a second. Beyond that, we'll have doors. And so this door will be here and open like this. This door will be here and open like this. Okay? Solid tank. It's a solid tank, Rob. But a bladder is interesting. So this is how the cabinet for the kitchen will be. And so I'm going to actually take all of these out so we can get a good look at the inside. This area here and this area here is all about heating and plumbing. So this is a unit called a Comfort Hot, and this is the fill for the Comfort Hot. This is an overflow box for the hydronic fluid, and I want to create the drawer so that you can actually fill it from the back of the drawer that sits above the tank, which is pretty cool. And so that is going to be there. This is the evaporator or a radiator, basically. This is a fan, a big fan that's going to pull air through. Then the back of this, 3D hell. Okay. So you'll have, this is where hot water will go in and hot hydronic fluid will go in, hot hydronic fluid will go out. And then it'll circulate through a radiator, and then this fan will blow. And then on the other side of the shelf is where the exhaust will come out. And so you'll have heat blowing out the front face of the cabinet and then heat blowing out the side face of the cabinet. So, and then you'll have this air directed. So this will probably direct, like in this area here, push the air this way. And then this will direct the air over this shower pan, hidden shower pan, which I'll talk to you about in a second. I'm going to have a countertop. No, my induction cooktop, I'll just be able to pull out of a drawer. It'll just be like loose, and then I'll pull it out if I need it. So what about the filter system in the event it's not so potable water? Jeffrey, I think the system for the water purification will be probably on this wall here or along the back of the wall. I'm going to have to create something there for that. There's not a lot of space here, and I'm trying to use as much space as possible to try to get this accomplished. So anyways, the hydronic reservoir tank is here. The furnace for the heater is going to be underneath the van here. And like the actual furnace heating the hydronic fluid. And then this is the heating system radiator. So that is that. That's pretty cool. So let's take and close, 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 close. Put that down, put that down. So this is sort of the way it's going to look when it's all finished. So this is going to be like a cutting board shelf, and that is going to go like so. And so that will extend the kitchen counter out, but when I don't need it, it will be down. I'll have a little power outlet here on the floor for maybe for vacuum cleaner or something. This might not be there actually, I don't know. Underneath all of these cabinets on the bottom edge along the floor, there's going to be lighting, strip lighting, so that the bottom edge of the cabinets are going to glow nice and sexy. And let's go to the back side. Any kitchen range hood vent? No, there's a lot of ventilation in the van. There's going to be a ceiling fan. The side door is going to have a vent in the window. There's going to be a lot of ventilation. So yeah, no worries about that. Before we wrap this up, I've had too much coffee, so I'm going to go take a pee. I'm going to turn on everything so you can see the whole thing, and you guys can take a look at it. And I'll do the overhead cabinets too, so that you guys can see that. I'll put the driver's seat and passenger seat. I'll put the wood ceiling. Oh, you know what? I'm going to do the black tweed. And then I'm going to do the, not the gray. I'm going to do the wood floor, the cushions. And then you guys can take a look at everything the way it is. So I'm going to go to the bathroom really soon. I mean, right now, I mean. And so this is sort of the way that I wanted to design it. And I'll be right back. So don't go anywhere. I'll actually close this so that you guys can see it like that. And then take some notes, ask some questions, and then we can kind of go from there. All right, I'll be right back. All right, we're back. Okay, we are back. So let's bring me back in here. All right, so now let's see here. Okay, so now let's take away all of these layers that I just put in. We'll take away the wood floor. Well, I don't need to take away the wood floor, actually. But we'll take away the cushions. We'll take away the driver's side. And there. Okay, so yeah, that's cool, right? So now we'll take a look at this. Now, this is kind of interesting. This is a shelf that when extended, let's see here, can fold down, right? So this will be a shelf that you can use outside of the van. The door of the van will open beyond this shelf. And so when the side door of the van is slid open, you can use this shelf as a like a countertop. But the other thing that this shelf is it's the first thing that people see when they go into your van, when it's in the up position, because the door is going to open and they're going to see this panel. And what Just Roaming Design has in mind is like a shadow box that will be behind this panel. So like this area here behind it will be lit, and the light will pass through this material, because this is going to be like a wood and an acrylic mix. And by cutting with CNC into the surface, you can actually allow light to penetrate through the shallower parts. So Add Fuel to Life will glow. The Gyro logo will glow. And not just that, but you can do all sorts of like really, really three-dimensional artwork. If you were watching from the original, that wasn't a long pee break. That was not long at all. Have you considered foregoing the ducting for a heat exchanger? It seems like it takes up a lot more space for a short run. The floor itself is going to be heated. So there will be like PEX piping throughout the floor. The floor is heated. That's the primary heating source. And then the air is a secondary source of heating. And then also we'll have a heat exchanger, like it'll, yeah. So basically he wants to be very creative with this and do, let me actually, I'll stop the screen sharing, and I'm going to actually share screen again, but we'll do it with the, there we go. We'll do it with this screen here. And where is it? Where is it? Okay. So let me go and then. Here we go. So we can actually use like textures like this, basically, with that outside panel. So this will actually have light that will pass through that panel and allow for all these sorts of cool designs. So that's cool. Utilize the swivel seat will increase space usage. Yeah, for sure. So for the shelf behind the driver's seat, could you cut an indent into it almost like a cup holder? Sure, I could. Yeah, that's a good idea. You know, or I could just set it on top of the shelf too. Like I could put something like that. So anyways, there's a lot of opportunities for three-dimensional designs that will pull light through the surface of the van wall there. So let me close this out, stop sharing the screen, share the screen again, and we will go to back to the 3D. So, okay, so it's Arbor Day tomorrow. Did anybody know it's Arbor Day tomorrow? So you chose to go now with the tides have changed. Well, that's funny. Gyro has always used that Add Fuel to Life tagline. Anyways. So, and then Ken, I don't know if you're saying that facetiously, but I actually have two swivels on the seats in the front. So both seats have full swivels that can swivel around. So my seats can swivel around, both of them. Okay, so this is going to be a cool additive, and that's neat. The other thing, let me delete some of these. So I'll have a cubby here that will be like a shoe cubby as well. And then this is the main step, is all going to have that Long Ridge material lining the step. And then I'll have a metal piece that will go across this front lip here, like an L extrusion that will go across this front lip here. So that will be very cool. All right. Now we're getting to the home stretch here before we talk a little bit about colors and stuff. Okay. See you later, Rob. Thanks for coming, buddy. I appreciate it. I can tell you that my coffee fix improved like 200% with it. With what? And I can, Waco Pico Presso is a Waka cool. Okay, cool. Let me write it down. Waka Co Pico Presso. I actually want to have a full-on coffee, like espresso maker in the van. So, anyways, so this piece here is the cover for the shower pan, and the shower pan is going to recess into the floor in this spot, and is going to be designed with a CNC machine cutting the surface of that three-dimensionally, so that it will direct the water via the design into this corner. You won't know that this is a shower pan because this top cover will look sort of like a welcome mat. But when you want to, you will put a shower curtain that will be mounted from the ceiling, and you'll be able to hang drapes down and take a shower. It's going to be very, very cool. Let me see if I can show you the... let's see here. I'm going to go to the page where I talk about it, and then you guys can see what I'm talking about. That was a little bit later. And I'm shuffling through all of these documents. Okay, there we go. That's what I was looking for. Share screen, window, van interior. So the shower pan, you can see here. So if you can see that, you can see how it's been CNC cut with drainage and with a drain, and basically it's not going to be exactly like this, but it'll be very similar. So let me see if I can zoom in more. There we go. I don't want to have it change the page. There we go. So you can kind of see how this is designed, and that will be cool. Hey, Nobody Banana, how's it going? So that is going to be very, very cool, and that will be the bottom section of the. Good night. Good night. Who's going? Oh, good night, Nobody Banana. Okay, share screen, window. Let's go back to the 3D. Okay. So anyways, that's what this is going to be. That's going to be very cool. It's going to be designed by Just Roaming Design, and I'm very excited, and they're very excited for it as well. So that's super cool. Let me make that wood to touch its panels. Okay, so yeah, I think that's it. I think that's it as far as that goes. And now let's look at colors. So let me put the interior together again. So this is going to go here. And then this is going to go here. And then let's take the cushions, put those back. Let's take the driver's side, put that back. And yeah, here we are. Now this is the van. So I'm thinking that I'm going to have this wood above. Then the cushions are going to have like sort of a dark or a tan, like sort of a khaki sort of style. The faces of the cabinets are going to be white to try to bring some some brightness into the design of the van. And so this too will be, I don't know why is that not white? Maybe it's just the coloring. Let's go with the color and make sure. Oh yeah, so that's going to be more like that. Okay, so that's going to be like that. Oh no, I'm sorry. That's the flare for the cabinet. So what's the small drawer below the heater vent? You mean this? This is just a panel that will pull out so that I can access the heating and ducting if I want to. That's all that is a panel. It's not even a drawer. So this is the thoughts that I have for colors. And let me show you the wood that I plan to use for the floor. So I have all of the materials here. Here's some fun stuff. I was looking at this. This is like a teak wood floor design, which is pretty funny. But it's not real, obviously. It's all vinyl. And what else do we have? There was a period of time where I was thinking about going like a darker color like this, but it was a bit too red. And so just to kind of get rid of them. So we'll just get rid of that. There is, now if you look, so there's this color, which is Spanish chestnut. And then there's this material, which is teak. This is solid teak. And you know what I did? I ended up deciding that I was going to go with this. So this is a little bit of a more washed out wood texture. It's very, let's see here. Go through it. Yeah. It's very textured. So it's got a lot of like colors in the texture, but also a lot of like actual physical texture and texture in the art. So I think that we're going to be using this Spanish chestnut as the color. It's too shiny. It's not super shiny. It's just I have a literal light that's shining on me right now. So, and it will be okay. Honestly, it'll be fine, I think. So anyways, that's the, I mean, if you can kind of see the two materials next to each other. I actually sort of liked this first of all, but as I started to put it on the floor, it really, it was too much red. There was just too much red color, and it sort of dominated the room, and I didn't like that. So here's another piece that I was kind of looking at as a bright color, but we decided against it. We, meaning me. So yeah, that's pretty cool. And then, okay, so that's the wood material, and we're going to use that wood material to panel the upper areas as well as the lower areas. And I actually have an opportunity here. I could, let me take one of these panels here. I just sort of tiled it with my hands here. So we're going to turn this 90 degrees. And I just wanted to show you something. So I have the ability to tile the cabinet faces too. So I could literally make the cabinet faces wood as well. So I don't know if you guys like that, but I just sort of wanted to show you that that is a capability that I have. So I don't know if you like that, but I could do that. I don't really like that, actually, having too much wood grain everywhere. I think subtlety is the order of the day, and that subtlety is going to look pretty cool. But we'll see. Just delete it. So, oh wait, it's the ceiling. Yeah, this is the ceiling. Now, obviously, you're going to have strip lights here. You're going to have lighting. You're going to have accents. You're going to have a fan that's going to be in the back. The ceiling and the floor are going to be the same wood grain texture, exactly the same wood grain texture. It's going to be the below and above. So don't use too much wood. You will hate it on the long run. Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. I mean, he's going to have a poach stitch stamp size floor. So, okay. So this is the idea for that. And just to kind of give you an idea of what it would look like if it was brighter on the interior, because I had some people saying it should be brighter. Let me kind of show you how that would look. I'm going to take the driver's side out again, and we're going to incorporate a color called cloud. So take a look. If you're ready for this, get ready. Here we go. Okay, so this is like a material that's sort of like it's called cloud. It's a tweed material with like grays and whites in it. And this is what it would look like if I had white. Now, these are just simple representations of windows. Remember that I will actually have a lot of windows. There are going to be windows all the way around the van. So if you guys feel like the darkness is too much, you should understand that you're going to have like something like this, you know, outside the windows, you know what I mean? So there's going to be a lot of opportunity for color and light to come in, and even if it's black. So let me take the cloud away and bring the black tweed back. And then I'll also black tweed the walls. Oh, where's the wall? Did I delete the walls? I hope I didn't delete the walls. Oh. What's going on here? I think there's a problem here with, oh, black tweed. Okay, there we go. Okay, so black tweed. Oh, what's going on here? I want to open that. I think the program's having a little bit of a problem. I was supposed to get the so let me take this picture and take that out. Let me click this and put that in. I can't enable the black tweed layer. I don't know what's going on. I think my program is having a bit of a I think my program is having a bit of a problem here. Whatever. We'll just I don't know why it's not showing that. There we go. I think it's just going to take a little while for the. Oh, there we go. There we go. Okay, that's what it was. Okay, so let's do that, and we'll do that, just to kind of give you an idea of, you know, if it was black, you know, you're going to have a lot of color here that will be moving around this area. And let me take this and we'll rotate it by like 90 degrees, outside the back, and then come back into the van. You know what I mean? Like as much as you think that, oh, you know what? I'm sorry. I'm not using the right thing. So as much as you, black is a small and is too claustrophobic. I don't think so. I don't think so. I think it's going to be fine, especially if I work in I have a lot of windows. I have these whites and I have these tans. Let me bring in the driver's side as well. Okay, there we go. Yeah, I think it'll be all right. Maybe my program was busy tweeting. Now, let's see here. If I was to take the black, let me take this off and I can show you. I mean, I could also do a black, like a charcoal or a gray tweed as well. Like coal. Where's the coal material? Anyways, I don't know where that is. But let me put the black back. So I'm going to take this out and do the black. So that's the coloring I plan to use for the interior of the van. So I think it's going to be fine. But now let me show you some of the different materials I have so that you guys can get an idea of what things look like. And I'll do this so that you guys can kind of see the two things next to each other. So I have a few different materials from the company Perfect Fit that is going to supply me with all of the upholstery materials. So we'll start with black. This is black, and I think I do understand what you guys are talking about with regards to coloring. If I was to mess this up, or it was going to get like dusty or something, it would be a big problem. So this is kind of neat. So you guys can kind of see how this material behaves. Yeah, I won't see all the black window spiders. So that's black. Now we're going to go with gray. So this is gray. And I could incorporate this color, but I believe that, I don't know. I'm not a big fan, and I think this is too bright. But that could be that. And then we have a unique color here. This is called Espresso. And I actually tried to use this color. Black is good for recording, Richard said. I don't know why your comment was blocked, but this is the Espresso material. I actually really like this material, but the second that I put it on the van walls, it was not good. It was not a good material to use, and I only realized it when I started to like sort of use this piece of scrap material and spread it around. Yeah, I think I get sick of it. And then here is the charcoal or coal. And so this is what I think I'll end up using, is like this material here, just to kind of give you an idea of what it looks like. So I could even go a little darker than this. There is another one that's speckled, but there's more black in it. Anyway, this has three different color textures. There's a gray, a darker gray, and a black. So yeah. Yeah, and you're right. I can use throw pillows, and I can use cushions, and I can do all sorts of things with regards to how the colors and stuff reflect inside the van itself. But let me take this picture out so that you guys can kind of get an idea of what it's going to look sophisticated. It's going to look clean. It's going to look pretty sexy. And I think that's kind of what I'm going for here. So kind of show you how I built this. It's kind of funny, actually. So I built this whole thing. I'll show you how I started out. So I'm going to take all of this stuff, all the main components. So driver side, passenger side, the table, which I didn't even talk about, the center bench, air conditioning, side steps, wood floor, cushions, driver seat, passenger seat, floor, and then the black tweed. Okay. And then I don't know what all of this stuff. This is the lawn ridge. Yeah. Okay. So when I started doing this whole design thing, I took a sketch of the floor of the van first. So this is a sketch of the floor that I found online, and I used it as a place to build things. So like I was taking, one section at a time, and then I put the driver's side, and I put a driver's side panel there, and I put a passenger side there. And so this is basically the van. And I even took another passenger side, the actual outer surface of the van, so I could get placement of the windows. And piece by piece, I sort of put the van together, and I was able to slice, like, for example, all right, we'll start with the floor. Or you know what? We'll not do the floor so that you can see the surfaces. The driver's side, boom. It's driver's seat there. And I knew the driver's seat would work because I actually put it over the driver's seat there, and then I lined the panels up with the driver's seat on the side. So the passenger seat, boom, you know, all of these are matching. So if you take this and rotate it around so that it's facing, you know, you could see how I designed each panel to specifically fit inside those areas and be matching with the overhead look of it. So that's pretty cool. Then if you took the cabinets, I started like working on the you know, cabinets, and I matched them to the surface of the van as far as height goes. I also measured the inside of the van, and so I started like mapping out exactly how everything would go. That's when I started to realize that I could use this area here for some stuff. And then let's see here, we go to the back center bench, and then that's there. And if you look at the areas where, you know, it hits the floor, I use that as well. So and then we go to the passenger side, boom, and then you can see how that all matches up. And then that also helped me to kind of see, like, this tab here is where the door opens. So actually, I'm looking at this. This panel is too wide, so that's going to have to come in a little bit. So it'll go like right about here, actually. And so this is the door. The sliding door is from here to here, and so you can kind of see those things. And so I'm able to kind of map out and see exactly how everything goes, and also see the wheel wells and how the wheel wells go together. And then after that, we do the cushions, and, you know, and then if you wanted to see how the windows looked, 3D hell. If you wanted to see how the windows look, I'm going to take the driver's side out so I can see through, and then you can see the windows from that. Okay, so this is kind of not the perfect way to do it, but this is sort of the way that the windows will work. So the cabinets will be about 3 or 4 inches above the windows, but you can kind of get an idea for how big these windows will be. There's a window that's going to be here in this area, and then there's going to be a window that will be this entire thing from here to here, all the way across and up. This whole section is going to be a beautiful window. So when you guys think about the colors and everything and how darkness and stuff is going to affect it, it's actually going to be pretty interesting. Like, this whole piece is going to be a window. So I don't think it's going to be that big of a problem. Do you know those anatomy with different systems for the skin using? You should make one of those for your fan. Yeah, that would be cool. Yeah, like different transparent sections. Anyways, so I'm gonna actually take and put the black tweed on. Oh yeah, wow, that's actually quite different, because I can actually take this black tweed and match it up. So that's actually going to be more like that, and this is actually going to be more like that, and this is actually going to be more like, wow, that makes a big difference, right? This is going to be all the way. I'm going to delete this. There's not even a need for it. This is going to be down like here. I can't exactly get that with it, but I can move this up to here. And then there's going to be like probably a window divider here. No need for that. Some need for this. I mean, these are really, really not really good representations, just to give you an idea like of how things are going to be. But the window here is going to be enormous. And so it's not going to be, there's not going to be as much black as you guys think, or at least maybe some of you think. So let's put the wood floor back. And so boom. And yeah, so pretty cool. I really like it, man. I think it's going to look awesome. That is so cool. Yeah. So yeah, the window is going to stop here. And then this is going to go down to like here. Oh, 3D hell. Sorry. Yeah. And then this. You guys get an idea what I'm talking about? I hope I'm not confusing you. But yeah, this is going to be a big window here. There's going to be a big window here. And there's going to be a huge window here. So super, super cool. All right, let me take that passenger thing out. And then we'll take sidestep, air conditioning, floor. And then we'll take the floor plan away. So now, so it's piece by piece, I've sort of, you know, worked on it. And this took me a few days, but what do you guys think? What do you guys think? Is that cool? I'm pretty excited about it. I think it's pretty neat. So yeah, let me go and finish off with some more of the let's see here, the booklet that I made. How are you going to handle the windows if you're recording at night, reflecting lights? Well, I'm going to have Van Windows direct window covers, and they are going to seal off 100% of those, and they're going to be like black. So yeah, when the window covers are on, you're going to have a complete seal. And so yeah, no worries about that. Let's see here. I'll show you actually. So let me go to another tab here and call Van. We'll go, no, oh, sorry, Van Made Gear. Van Made Gear. So let me show you that. So I'm going to stop that. Share screen, window, Van Made Gear. So this is Van Made Gear, and this is the guy that owns it. His name is Simon. He started his company in the back of his van, and these are sort of like the covers. And let's see here. Let's go to shop. So these are the covers that will be inside the windows. And let's go to the main page. Actually, it's kind of a neat video here. So they will fold down and then magnetically attach to the wood that way. So that's kind of like the way that I'll have the windows, and that's the window I actually have in the back of my van. So that's how it's going to be. So it's going to be very cool. Very, very cool. Have you thought about making the back middle sections removable? Middle sections of what? The van itself? Not sure what you're talking about. Anyways, these are going to be the covers, and they're insulated, and they're going to fit right in those windows like beautiful. The shower pan looks a lot more polished than other in-floor designs I've seen. Let's hope so. Everybody's super excited about it. Design's really nice. Thank you very much. You look like a quasar science tube lights. Oh, you know what? Speaking of lights, let me take this and stop sharing this and start sharing the video that I made, or the document that I made. So let's go through this now, and you guys can see this proposal. This is what I made for the designers to kind of give them a guide for everything. And this is all of what we talked about today. So, okay. So let's go through this and we can talk. So the inspiration for the interior is right here. This is what I sort of was thinking about when I was thinking about a design that I really liked. You know, sort of clean. You can see on this side how the lights are underneath the cabinets, underneath the steps, and illuminating the windows. That's going to be how magnets in the ceiling, and also magnets in the floor that will hold the curtain. And I'm looking at a ridge that I can put into the in-floor pan that will sort of contain the water if it's like a splash guard. So we're working on that. Okay. So then I was thinking about this maybe for the black cabinet faces, you know, cutting in some cool modern designs. We're going to have a lot of three-dimensional CNC cut designs in there. The rear of the van is going to be a podcast studio, utilizing, long arms and headphones and microphones in order to make really, really cool interviews in the back in that L-shaped couch area. The front faces of the cabinets, I want to have like no hardware sticking off, like handles, so it's something really, really clean and sophisticated. I could also like maybe make a few of these drawers wooden faced. This is the ceiling. The ceiling is going to have this L track, like airline channel, and I'll be able to lock in camera gear and stuff to the ceiling of the van. This is sort of the layout. The van kit is going to be something from a company called Adventure Wagon, and I put in the deposit for that, so we'll be getting that in a couple of weeks. This is the driver's side. Like I said, the rear bench of the system is going to be extra wide. I sort of got the design idea from when I spent time in Nepal and went through Cambodia and Southeast Asia. There's a lot of people that like sit around and chill out on the floor. And so I made this back area extra wide. It's 30 inches deep, the back section. So you can like literally sit back there and totally chill out. And then I can have a microphone coming out. You can wear your earphones. You could be sitting down with your legs like in an Indian position or like kicked out in front of you, put the earphones on, have that microphone right in front of your face, and you can record some cool conversations. So that's super cool. The flip out lid for the bed, the display area that's going to be backlit for the electronics drawer, the electronics drawer with power and locking availability, and the shelf and the shoe cubby that will be behind the driver's side seat. The shoe cubby and the shelf behind the driver's side seat. This is a little bit more details of how the different things. I'll have the toilet in the center drawer, and then these pull-out drawers, and then the electronics drawer, and then that deep drawer. Then the flip out for the bed so that I can access about 4.5 extra inches of space. And you can see it in the bottom corner here, how I have that designed, and you can see how people can be sitting there and just kind of hanging out. Here, the CNC cut shelves, and here you can see two alternative ideas. You see the straight lines or the wavy lines. What do you guys think? I actually like this design I ended up coming up with. I found it online and I started to replicate it. So tell me what you think. Straight line, wavy lines, or this sort of angled pattern. I sort of like the angled pattern. Here's the display case for the electronics with through ports for cabling, power on the front, and ventilation all the way around. Ventilation above, and all of these panels can be pulled out. And I didn't want to do like, there's a bunch of people that actually have like hinges, and I did not want the hinges. So I figure if I want to break into something, I just want to pull those panels out, put them to the side, pull a panel out, put it to the side, access more and more and more. So yeah, we're incorporating those removable panels instead of like hinged panels, which I kind of like. The table, which I didn't really talk about, is going to be a 3-piece telescoping table. And we are going to be able to put the table down and have the table be part of the bed system. And are there only 8 likes? Really? No, that must be not true. Let me go and see. Oh, I see any likes actually on YouTube. How many likes do we have? Let's see here. 70. We got 70 likes. It's okay. It's okay. I think you need to refresh the page. Anyways, there's a telescoping table where this table is going to kind of come down and then fit into the area of the bed and allow that entire back area to become more of a bed. If you put grooves in the cabinets, that might get a little dusty. That's very true, Jeffrey, but I'll have a Dyson vacuum cleaner, so I think that I can probably do that. The rear trunk area, or the garage as some people refer to it, will be very ventilated. There'll be a lot of air to move through, and there'll be separations between the 3 different compartments. Outlets from the power station will supply power to the back area if I want to have power to the back garage, which I think I will often want to be able to charge things and power things from the back. There'll also be on the right side a water access, a wet area where I'll have a fill station probably where I can hook up a connector to fill up the water tank, as well as access a spigot so I can have hot and cold water coming off the back. Oh, yeah, there you go. You can see the sprayer here. So you can see what I plan to have. Let's see here. On the back, you can see that's kind of how it looks. So, okay. Next page. So this is the air conditioning. The board that we're going to use is called Kusa board, and it's a closed cell foam with fiberglass layers on the front and back, and it's very, very strong, very durable, and you can cut it. It's got an R value that's very high, and it resists a lot of temperature fluctuation. It would make a great conduit and ducting corridor for my air conditioning system that would come from that bottom area. How often will you see the lids of the cabinets if you're going to have cushions on them? That's a good question. I know what you're saying, like, why have all those designs hidden? It's because I will be introducing a lot of people to this fan, and it's all about the details, right? So there'll be all of these sort of like, hey, check this out. And when you remove those cushions, and all of a sudden somebody gets an idea, gets this view of these panels, there's going to be a lot of like, whoa, that's cool, and attention to detail. Anyways, that's true. So here is the water tank, and this water tank is going to have some reinforced aluminum L extrusion that will allow you to span this entire length without having to have a separation in between, so that you can remove the water tank if you want to work on it, and you don't have to worry about that. And then these two panels on the front will be removable so that you can kind of access that without having doors or anything. I like the idea of removable panels. Very cool. Here are all the removable panels from the top. So you've got these three inner ones that will be in the battery compartment here. The batteries here, the electronics. These two pieces will be permanent. And then obviously you'll have this front face, and this face will also be removable. Here's the kitchen cabinet. So you can see the two removable faces here, the doors and the drawers, and then the folding extension. Consider a panel cutout design that allows for flexing for seat bed comfort. A panel cutout design that allows. I don't want to have too much flexing. I'd rather have them rigid. I'm going to have very, very nice memory foam covered cushions, so it should be good. It's totally cool. I just wouldn't lose sleep over it. Yeah, no worries. And then this is going to be the fold out panel that'll become a little table. Now, the thing that I really like about this is that this is going to be the first thing that people are going to see when they go through the van. So they're going to see this sort of front face advertising. It's going to be backlit. It's going to have light and stuff. I could actually cut it into a three-dimensional render of the earth and have the light, backlight shining through. I mean, it's really got a lot of potential that could be very, very cool. And so that's going to be that's actually something that Just Roaming Design was really excited about doing. And you could use ventilation matting like boat beds under the cushions. Yeah, the cushions are going to be designed with the obviously you have the top, but the bottom is going to be a mesh that's going to allow for ventilation. So yeah, we've already talked about that, but good call. Great minds think alike. The compartment just besides the steps, what's that? That is for a shoe cubby. So you can put some sandals in there, maybe a brush, maybe something like a. I want to have a step there eventually so that people can step up into the van and they're going to be able to clean their shoes off before they do that. I might also have a basket here that's going to be like an elastic band with a bag that people can put their shoes there as well. So that's going to be cool. Okay. this is an idea that I had for this panel. So like you could actually CNC cut each one of these little holes at different depths, as well as the main line around the outside edge. And then the light would shine through these dots as well. If the actual contoured map wouldn't work, it could also be this. Here are the overhead cabinets. Obviously, they'll be deeper over the main kitchen cabinet and or kitchen counter and the studio counter. Those are going to be deeper, and then they'll go shallower. These ones in the back are 8 inches deep, and they will follow the contour of the van surface, so they will be a little bit different. Here's the heating system, the Rixen heating system. We've got the Comfort Hot overflow box, and then the radiator with the heat that will be pushed out. With the shower pan in this area over here, I don't have the heated floor heating that section of floor, because obviously the floor is going to be the shower pan. So that's one of the reasons why I have the exhaust from the heating system that's going to be driving hot air directly over that pan, so that that'll be nice and warm for your feet. The step panel, as well as the back edge of the van, the utmost back edge, are going to be designed custom with like maybe a metal edge along the side, so you're not going to mess them up, but they'll be coated with a special material, that Lone Ridge, which is I showed you before. So those will be coated. Where did I put it? With this material here. So, you know, those will be this sort of texture in a darker black color. And so that's going to be that. And that's it. So that's cool. And yeah, it's pretty exciting. Let's remove that, and we'll share. And again, we'll do the 3-dimensional drawing, and then I will say goodbye to you. So yeah, that's it. That's kind of the design as it stands. So let's see here. So much for private property rights in the West. Don't buy a super yacht. They're making them run for flat fast. Oh, wow. I like that idea. So there we go. Now, I know that this wasn't for everybody, but I think that some people will really appreciate this, because it took me a long time to design this, and this design is going to take me, a large percentage around the world. It's going to be a very, very cool project. I'm very excited about it. And let's see which one I like the best. That's kind of cool. That's kind of cool, actually. So what do you think? Any ideas or thoughts that you think I'm missing? We talked about colors and textures and designs and all sorts of different things. And we have spent the last few hours talking together, and I appreciate you guys kind of hanging out. I'll be releasing my tiny home plans soon too. That's cool, man. I'll be looking forward to seeing it. But yeah, I tried to design something that was really original, that had some attributes. I mean, this is designed specifically for my life in the way that I'm going to be traveling around the world, and it's going to be pretty neat. So yeah, thank you very much. I'm going to wrap this up. I think we went super long, so a lot of people kind of buggered out, and I know Asia was getting late, so people were sort of getting tired there too. So cool. I'm pretty excited. So thank you very much, guys. Today I'm going to go take these panels here and start mounting them on the van, and maybe thinking about a deck. Yeah, check this out. This is the deck material. This is a product called Elevate, and it's a composite decking material, and it's heavy. 200 pounds. 200 pounds. Basically, it adds to the weight of the roof. I don't like it very much, the idea of adding that much weight, but I do like the idea of putting the deck up on top. It's something I really wanted to do, but yeah. Anyways, that's the deck material. We're going to work on that after I've got the solar panels up, then I can frame it in. It's going to be 86 linear feet of 5.5-inch wide plates. So cool. So yeah, who knew Matt was? I'm not an architect. Anyways, you guys take it easy. Jayo, thank you so much for joining me and being around. And this is going to, actually, I kind of like this hat too. This is kind of cool. If you're going to go flat bill, it's a pretty cool hat. So I hope this was helpful. I hope you enjoyed it. And I hope it maybe gave you some ideas if you're building your own project. If you have any ideas, please leave them in the comment section below and let me know what you think. And yeah, have a good weekend. It's Friday, so TGIF, and we'll talk later. Lots of cool things happening with regards to Annie and Eva, with regards to Dada and Xiao Xiao, with regards to trikes, with regards to Malaysia, with regards to the Tiger Duck, with regards to AidZub, with regards to sponsors, with regards to life in general. So thanks so much. Tawin, take it easy, buddy. 2 a.m. here. I'm off to bed. Jayo. Yeah, great live stream. Thank you very much. Thanks. Nice to see you. Thank you very much. And I bought a tent. That's a very good one to leave on. Take it easy, guys. Jayo. Thanks a lot. Like, subscribe, share if you want to help me out. There's Patreon and a bunch of links below in the description. Have a good weekend. Bye.